Hello, my friends. Hello, hello. How is everyone tonight? It's Friday night, and I'm here with you for another little crafty session. So, welcome. If you haven't been with me here before, then it's awesome to have new people, and I'm very thankful for that. If you have been before, then that's awesome as well, and thank you for coming back. If you do have friends or people that you know that really love to craft or you think might enjoy these sessions, then please invite them. I'd love to have new people come and join us as well. Okay. Hi, Carol. Nice to see you. Everyone is doing well. Yes. Well, I'm doing well. Not everyone is doing well, but I'm doing well. We've had a bit of COVID in the family in the last couple of weeks, and so trying to avoid it because, as some of you know, I'm going overseas this coming week and desperately trying to not have any contact with anyone that might pass that on. Really, truly. My son had it for the fourth time earlier last week. He's now recovered and back at school, and thankfully doesn't seem to have passed it to anybody else in the family. Very grateful. I've been testing negative and feeling fine, so pretty sure we're good. So yeah, and then my dad tested positive for COVID yesterday, and that's a concern because he's obviously he's not a young man, and his lungs are not in great shape. So hopefully he'll be okay. But yeah, we're just keeping an eye on him. And by the time that we're due to leave next week, we're hoping he will have turned the corner and he's on his way to getting better. So that's what we want to hear. Yes, Emma got her P's. Thanks, Solvega. Yes. It was very exciting because she actually did a test. I didn't talk about this before, but she did a test last week and failed. Only just. She got pulled up on something that she did wrong right at the very end. As they were heading back to the service centre, she made a mistake and that got her failed. And then this week, she had a different instructor and she passed. So I'm very happy about that. And now we worry for different things, right? We worry about them being behind the wheel by themselves, but that's all good. Hey, Sandra, nice to see you. Jean, hello. Early morning. What time exactly is it? 2 something, I think, where you are? And either it's because you can't sleep or you really, really love us here. I hope it's, well, I hope it's that one. I hope it's not the can't sleep one. So, who have I not said hello to? Lots of people, so I'm not going to name everybody individually, going back to the girls that have been here for a while. Margaret, you were here early. Goodness me, and Jenny, you weren't much behind her. You guys were very early, but nice to have you with us. Okay, so what are we going to do tonight? I thought I would pull out something from the celebration offering. So let me show you all of that. I've got a celebration sheet here that I've actually done some stamping on. So you just have to ignore the stamping. Hey, Joan, nice to see you. Oh, Jenny, that sounds lovely. Little kittens, just spayed. I hope she's okay. But yeah, it's one of those things you have to do it. I remember when we had Crumpet done and he was miserable for about 10 days. It was very sad. And he did not like wearing the cone of shame. He really hated that. So they don't like it, do they? Hey, Michelle. Hello, hello. All right. Sunny. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Sunny. Yeah, I'm very bit concerned about my dad, but he's in good hands. I can't go to him anyway. He lives in Tamworth, and there's a lot of COVID up there. So, there's nothing I can do to help him at the moment. And I'm just phoning them every day and letting them know that we're thinking of them. And he and his wife both have it, although she's on the mend. She's a few days ahead of him, and she's turned the corner and she's getting better. So, hi from Coolum Beach. Hi, Anne. All right. Okay, so let's get this switched over and look at the desk. Here we go. All right, so you can see what I mean. I've been stamping, and I got a bit of stamping on my. I probably should have got a nice fresh new form, but anyway, this is the one we have. So for anyone who doesn't know this, celebration ends at the end of August. Okay, this is coming to the end, and it's basically a gift with purchase system. Every $90 you spend qualifies you for a gift. Okay, and you get to choose your gift out of here. There are some that are worth just like a $90 spend, and you can choose a level 1 thing. So, for example, this paper, we're going to use this tonight, the Silver and Gold Designer Series paper, the 6x6, that's free with a $90 order, okay? No, I know. Well, it's actually 3 sleeps until we leave here, and then 4 sleeps until we leave Australia, because we're staying down at the airport the night before. So we actually leave on Monday. That's a bit scary, isn't it? Oh my gosh, it's getting so close. I'm very excited and trying not to be too excited in case something happens and we can't go. But I know I probably shouldn't even think like that and just enjoy it. But I think until I'm actually on the plane, I'm not going to completely believe that we're really going, because there's just been so many times in the last 3 years that we haven't been able to do things, right? So many times I thought we were going somewhere and then we weren't. And so, yeah, I'm very excited. Yes, it is so exciting. Eek. Indeed. So I haven't forgotten you guys, though. I've actually started to record a couple of Friday night and Sunday night lives for when I'm gone. I don't know whether I'm going to have time to do all 4 of them while I'm gone, but at least I'm going to have the first couple done. And it won't be they won't be live, of course. They'll be pre-recorded. So, and I'm with that in mind, I'm probably I'm thinking I started recording some stuff for while I'm away today, and I'm mostly doing 1 project, not 2. So just at least you guys will still get to see me, and you'll still get to see each other on a Friday night. And I know that's really what it's all about. Thanks, Angie, for sharing. That's great. Oh, I will go and have a great time, and I will be posting, I hope, pictures or videos of our adventures. So there'll be fun things to look at while I'm gone. I promise. All right, this one here, this stamp set here is called Amazing Phrasing, and that's actually a higher level value. So that's actually, like, instead of being a $90 order, it's a double one. So it's a $180 order. You can order some of the more the bigger sets, like the Wonderful World one, which is the DSP and the stamp set together. That's a $180 purchase. So I did not get this Wonderful World. I had to put my foot down and not get everything. And I am really sad that I did not get this, because it's beautiful. And I looked at it and went, those flowers don't particularly, I don't think it's shown well in the catalogue, but I have seen people doing some beautiful things with it, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's a distinctive set, and it's absolutely stunning. So, yeah, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see there's a little symbol, tiny, tiny, tiny symbol? Let me see if I can get it right in front of the camera. You can hardly see it, but what that actually says is distinctive, with the I and K in big letters, in capitals. And distinctive means it's one of those sets that when you stamp it, you get the light and the dark tones actually in the way it stamps. So you don't have to do anything special to make it look, to give it that beautiful light and dark tone on tone effect. The stamp actually does that for you, and they're really clever. Oh, I hope you're still here when I get back. I'd be a bit sad if I had to start over. That would be terrible. So, yeah, I love this little community group that we've built here on a Friday and a Sunday night, and I look forward to seeing you guys, and I know some of you look forward to seeing each other, and it's really lovely. So, yeah, don't worry, I won't be gone for long. It's only a couple of weeks. So, there's some lovely things in here. You've seen me use, like, the hippos, the matching dies for the hippos, the Rings of Love stamp set. We used that with our One Sheet Wonder last weekend. What did everyone think of the One Sheet Wonder? Thanks, Jenny, for suggesting it. I thought it was great. So on the 2nd of August, earlier this month, they introduced another 10 items to the celebration offering. And they did that because by the end of July, a lot of people already had the things they wanted out of the little celebration book. Or, they were like, well, I don't need any more, I don't need a second hippo set. So what will I get now? So they've brought out some extra things. There's 3 embossing folders: the timber embossing folder, the gingham embossing folder, and the seashells. These are annual catalogue items. Okay, these are not exclusive items, but in order to get them, you either need to go through the online store and you can select them there, or if you are placing an order, you need to actually use the code that's on this sheet. Okay, so if you're doing it through the store, it will know that they're the ones you want. Otherwise, you need to make sure when you're ordering that you are ordering with the code that's on the sheet, not the code that's in the annual catalogue, because the annual catalogue code is still going to try and charge you the price that it already is. This one will not. Okay, this will be a free item. So then there's the brush metallic cardstock, the 12 by 12 cardstock. The brush metallic cardstock is probably one of my favorite items on here. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, just stunning. Isn't that lovely? So really, really nice. And it's got, I hope you can see it, it's kind of got like it's a bit hard to see in this light, but it's got like a brushed, it's like got a texture to it. It's hard to see it though. All right. And there's 3 sheets of like champagne, 3 sheets of gold, and 3 sheets of like a coppery color. So the Aspen tree dies. Well, that's good, Michelle, because guess what we're going to use tonight? There you go. That's what we're doing tonight. We're going to play with those. So so there we go. There's also some other things. So you can see the ones with the yellow dots are $90 gift with purchase, and the ones with the green dots are $180 gifts with purchase. So the dots and spots die, the daffodil dies, the flowers of home dies that match the blessings of home stamp set. Those are all $180, and the Aspen tree dies, the ones that Michelle is talking about. These are on here. Okay, there is one other item that's sort of a little bit out of left field, and that's the craft gift boxes. These are great. Okay, I've had these. In fact, we may even pull those out and play with them, either if not tonight, then maybe Sunday night. So I have got my Aspen tree dies here. Here they are, and they're really very nice. There's a matching stamp set. I'll show it to you. I don't have the stamp set yet, and so this is the main one, this big, it doesn't look like, it looks like a big egg there, doesn't it? But when you actually cut this out, it's beautiful, and you'll see what I mean when we do it. And then there's, this matches the stamp set. So this is the little fat bird that's in the stamp set. And then there's a couple of leaves. Actually, I cut a leaf earlier. Let me just have a quick look and see if it's still here, because it was such a nice leaf. And I was thinking to myself, I should show the girls how nice that. No, it's not here. I did make a card with this earlier, and I'm going to post it at a later date. But you guys, I may even do a video with it. But this is an example of using the Aspen tree dies, and I did them in white, and I used the foil paper underneath and did some sponging on that. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, this is a nice one. But can you see how nice these? I'll try and get it close enough. Is it a bit glitchy? Can you guys see it? Okay, because it seems to be a little bit glitchy at my end. So, but oh, that's a better view. You can see the embossing on top of the leaf. I know the leaves are gorgeous, aren't they stunning? So the leaves are beautiful, and I think they're really, really special. They're really lovely, and that's this here. You can see it actually does that embossing for you. It's actually on the dies, so really glitchy there too. All right, let me see if I can do anything to fix that. I do have an extra cable I can plug in, and it might help. Let me see. It might help. Well, right now that looks better. Let's see. It's all good there in slow mode for you tonight too, Jody. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, let's see how this goes. It seems to be when I'm moving, and unfortunately I have to move for this to work, but when I sit still it seems okay. Anyway, let's pull this out. Okay, so what I've done is I've actually cut, I'm going to do a silhouette with it tonight. So I've got myself a piece of black, and I was deciding before I was going to do, so I cut a piece of white that is like 1 millimeter smaller on each side. I don't know if you can just see the little bit of black outline there. So I want this to be, this is the piece that's going to be behind, and I want to make sure it doesn't stick out. So I made it about 1 millimeter smaller on each side. And I was just going to do it on the white. And then I thought afterwards, it would be nice done on our beautiful gold and silver paper. Still slow. What is going on there? Oh, that's a good point. Michelle just said something really, really cool. I don't know why my video is doing that. It's to do with the internet, and I don't know. I don't understand. Okay. Still in slow mode. I mean, when it's sitting still, it's fine. It's only when I'm moving, so it's very odd. All right. Okay. So I'm going to actually do it with this. This is the 6x6 paper. From the celebration offering. So this is free with a $90 order, this one. And let's get a couple of, I'm deciding what colors. I'm thinking we're going to go with a sunset kind of a thing. And I'm going to start by going from the top down. Okay, and I'm going to use Daffodil Delight. It's better. It's just, yeah, it's to do with the internet, and I don't know why, but anyway, I'm hoping it'll behave itself. All right, so we're going to start off the paper and just come on down, and I'm going to go about halfway or just over halfway down. All right, so if you don't have blending brushes, these are the best things ever. Okay, you get 3 in a pack. Do yourself a favor and grab them. They are so, so good. All right, definitely something you need to whack on your next order. So $21, you get 3 in a pack, and they're just fabulous. That's rude, Michelle. Jody doesn't need glasses to see what I'm doing, do you, Jody? All right. So we can add as many layers as we want to for this, and make sure you're picking up a reasonable amount of ink. But by starting at the top each time and moving down, it means that your color concentration is going to be more at the top, and it kind of fades out a little bit as you get lower to the bottom. Yeah. All right. So that's the yellow. Then I'm going to pull out. I'm thinking, what color will I do? I think Calypso Coral. You could also do pumpkin pie, but pumpkin pie is very strong, and I find it's maybe too little strong. Hey, Margaret, nice to see you. Oh, it was a beautiful day here too. Yeah, we've had lovely weather lately. For the most part, I'm very grateful for that. It's been really nice walking weather. I'm going to start off the paper and then head on to the paper. And I'm not going to go down as far this time. I'm going to go about 2/3 of the way down through the yellow. So I want the yellow to still stick out the bottom. Hi, Lorraine. Nice to see you. I see new people pop on every now and then. Mandy, hello. Has it been so nice down Albury Way, Margaret? It's a nice part of the world down there. All right, so now you can see that the Calypso Coral is overlapping the yellow, and you're seeing a little bit of the yellow popping out the bottom. Okay, I think that's enough for that one. And then we can choose a pink, or we can choose a purple at the top. What do we think? Because it's going to be a sunset, so I think maybe. Oh, hello, Judy. Nice to see you. So I'm deciding whether we want to go. We could go with a pink. That would be a nice sunset color. Or we could go with maybe purple, like a Highland Heather. What do we think? Anyone got any thoughts on that? What would you like? Ooh, Starry Sky. That's an interesting one. Never be rude on my channel. I know. All right, the very first answer I had on my colors was Anne with pink. All right, Anne, we're going with pink because you said so. I think the pink will look nice, actually. Now, this is Polish Pink that I'm using, which is one of our in colors, and it is quite a strong pink. So I'm going to start again off the edge and come down over the top. And of course, now I've said that, it's not going to show up, but it will. We just got to put enough of it on there. So I've just got to make sure I'm getting plenty on my brush. It's better. So it's going to start to color over that Calypso, and it will take a bit more coloring this time than it did. Can you see the colors starting to come through? It will take a bit more coloring this time because the yellow was quite light, so it didn't take much Calypso to go. The coral went over the yellow quite easily. The coral is darker, so we need more of the pink to start picking up that color. And this time we're only going about 1/3 of the way down. So, you know, full this way, then 2/3, then 1/3. Now, of course, you would say purple, Cheryl. I would expect nothing less. But I'm going with pink this time, and we could always change it up next time and do a purple maybe. All right, so how's this looking? How's that looking, guys? It's pretty, isn't it? All right, now something you do want to do when you're going over these, actually we'll wait until we get to the end of it. Now I'm going to have my trees, and I don't want it to be white at the bottom, so I'm deciding what color, and maybe we go with the green. What do we think? Do we think maybe, you know, that might look like we're in the forest somewhere, because we want it to look like a forest scene with a sunset. So I'm going to grab a green. green blending brush. So this one's been used for Granny Apple Green, but it's going to work fine for Old Olive as well. You can't surprise me, no. I know, right? I know it's freezing on occasion, so I don't really know why it's doing that. So I'm not going to go really dark with the Old Olive. I'm just going to go fairly light. I will darken it up at the edges though, and I'm almost running it into the daffodil. They would be nice for Outback colours. I agree. Very nice. All right, so for anyone who hasn't heard the news, I am starting a new thing next month called Linda's Craft Along event, creative event. Okay, and basically what that is it's a session a lot like this, except that I will be sending out a pack to make up the project with me live. Okay, now if you don't have a pack, you can still follow along. You can either just watch, or you can, cut it up yourself if you're quick and good at cutting up and have lots of supplies. If you're in Australia and you place a $60 or more order with me this month before the end of August, then you will qualify for that pack that I'll be sending out next month. That's how it's going to work. Hey, Glenda, nice to see you. All right, so what are we thinking about this? Do we like this? Before we do anything else, we need to get either a tissue or a soft cloth, which is what I've got here, and we need to polish it up. And the reason we do this is because some of the ink sits on top of those gold dots. And then when you see, can you see a bit of colours coming off on here? When you use a cloth or a tissue over it, it gets rid of any ink sitting on top and it brightens the whole thing up. So you do need to always give it a polish before you proceed. All right, I'm liking this. It's looking good. Oh, no, I haven't, Donna. That's interesting. I don't know why it looks like it's brighter tonight. No idea. It's making you homesick. All right, let's do our cutting. I'm going to have to bring the big shot. Sorry, no, I have to bring in the cut and emboss machine for this. I can never get that right. And this is going to go. Now, I have measured this piece. This is a card front size piece. So it's 10 centimeters across by 14.3 long. Okay, 10 by 14.3. That's a standard card front size. All right, and I have made the piece underneath, this piece that's going to show through, is 1 millimeter smaller on each side, just so it won't stick out. All right, so this is going to just fit on this like so. Okay, you can see it's almost a perfect fit for the card front. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my machine, my cut and emboss machine, and we're going to bring that in. And it leaves a nice, when you do this, it leaves a nice little pattern on your paper as well. And I'm going to have to I'm going to have to zoom out so you can see, otherwise it's too close. All right. It's almost time for me to get new plates. What do you think? Because these ones are getting absolutely filthy. You can scrub them with a brush in the washing up, and you can put them in, I believe, I've been told you can put them in the dishwasher. You know what I'm tempted to do? Let's do something very cool. Let's get new plates, guys. I've got brand new plates here, and there's nothing like new plates. Makes me feel good. I usually try and last with my old plates as long as I can, but those ones are looking pretty manky, so I'm gonna get new ones. All right, so we've got plate number 1. Look, isn't it beautiful? Look how beautiful that is. And then what I normally do, for anyone who doesn't know this, is I usually keep my plates, whichever one I decide is my bottom plate, it stays as my bottom plate. That's just, I keep it like that. All right, so I'm positioning this so it's in the middle, okay, and then I'm putting my top plate on, and we're going to wind that through. Um, 10 centimeters is 4 inches, Angie. So I don't know if that's helpful. All right, so we've just cut this out. I could put it back through if I wasn't sure if it had cut properly, but I'm pretty sure it has. I mean, look at that. It's coming out pretty well. Let's move this. So these Aspen dies are free with a $180 order, or you can purchase them. They're in the mini catalogue, and let me show them to you. They have a matching stamp set. So the matching stamp set that they match up has that bird. I call it the little fat bird, which is not very nice, is it really? So here they are here in the catalogue. Can you see them? Let's zoom back in. So I'm just lifting my stand up and down, so you can see the dies here shown, and you can see they just used a portion here. Then you've got the little bird. You know, my favorite stamps in this set though are the splotchy blotchy stamps. I love splotchy blotchy stamps. Splotchy blotchy is one of my favorite things in stamps, and we've got some beautiful ones like in the Quiet Meadow set. We've got that gorgeous, you know, this beautiful splotchy stamp. Oh, I love those. You can do so much with them, and they're great embossed. They look so good. Okay, so yes, not for long, Donnie, you're right. It doesn't stay pristine for very long. It's not pristine anymore as it is. So let's put this aside. All right, and you can see this is just going to fall out pretty much. Now, see how the pieces come out. So when the pieces come out, another thing too, if you're ever worried about pieces not coming out, go through on your machine and then go back through again, and it will cut better. But something else I like to do is I use my die attachment, my brush attachment and you're meant to have a sponge underneath. It does work better if you do, but my sponge is out of reach, so I'm just running it over. And then you've got the other end to poke any bits that are stubborn out. Okay, so there's not many bits there, thankfully. You can see it comes out pretty well. So doing it in the black, it becomes like a silhouette. Doing it in the white, like the one I showed you before, it just looks like they're in the foreground. Both are beautiful. Both are beautiful effects. Let's move that out of the way. And now we can put this down, and this is how it's going to look. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that, guys. Isn't that stunning? I just think it's such a nice look, and those gold dots look really, really good on there. Isn't that beautiful? So how do we attach it? Turn this over, and I'm going to grab my multi-purpose glue, this stuff. Wonderful, wonderful multi-purpose glue. So I'm going to, isn't it lovely? Yeah, it's gorgeous. Hey, Cherie, I didn't see you there. Nice to see you. Out you come. Come on, glue. Here it comes. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a bit of the glue all the way around, and I love this glue because it's cheap, it's not expensive, there's a lot of good points about this one. I always keep it in my stash, always, because it's great for putting behind things like this, that you can be really specific where you put the glue. So I don't want these bits floating around, so I'm going to drop a little bit of extra glue in the middle here. And anywhere that you think the bits might flap around a little bit, I'm just going to add a bit of glue. The other thing that's great about this glue being a liquid, it takes a little bit to dry. So, you know, not very long, about maybe 30 seconds or so, but it means that you can move things. You put it down and you can move them into place before it's dry. You cannot do that with tape or seal or other types of glue. Okay, you need to be able to so I'm going to pop this, and because I'm going to pop it in from behind, because I want to leave that, make sure I'm leaving that millimeter all the way around, because I don't want my piece, and because it's liquid, I can slide it into a better position. There we go. Give it a good contact, and that's how it's looking. Isn't this a beautiful, beautiful stamp? I think it's gorgeous. I know, it's lovely. It's just lovely. So it looks lovely with the gold dots as well. I think the gold dots really, really do something for that, don't you? All right, let's have a look and see what we've got. Oh, here's the other card. See, there's the white version of, it's got a different background, and I'll do this in a different video. But yeah, there's a totally different look when you're using the black. I think the black is more dramatic, don't you? I think that's a really nice look. I like this too, though. Now we could use the leaves. I haven't decided whether I want to use the leaves or not, but I've got a piece here I'm wondering if that's too big, actually. Oh, no, you know what? I think it's okay. So I've got white, and earlier I had the Happiness Abound stamp out, and I think I'm going to use, because I don't have the birdie set that matches this, I'm just going to use this little stamp here that says, sending many thanks for all you do. It's a nice one. But really, this card could say anything, and it could even be a masculine card. Like you could do it for a birthday card or whatever you like. It's just really nice. So I'm going to use my Memento ink, and I'm going to whack it on a block. This block needs a clean. That's something else you can stick in the dishwasher, your blocks. I need to do that. Might do that after I finish tonight. All right, so I'm just going to line this up on my grid paper so it's relatively straight. And I have to get my head in for a second. My apologies. And I line up the for all you do because that's straight and it's easier to do if you line up that bit. There we go. Look at that. It's nice. Very nice. All right, so this, if you wanted a smaller piece, so I used a smaller bit on the other card I just showed you. That one, I just used the heartfelt from the, oh, what's that stamp set? It's called Lovely You. I used the heartfelt from that because that's a nice one, this one, heartfelt. So that's a nice little stamp. There it is. And I used a smaller label. So I don't know. What do you think? A smaller label? I think with a bigger label like this, I don't want to be putting on a big leaf. I think that would be not good. Oh, I've been missing some comments. I'm so sorry. Matte black dots. Yes, matte black dots would look good. Although, oh, would they stand out though on the black? They'd probably look better on this one, on the white. You could add a deer from the Grove set. That would be nice. Donna says the card's all right the way it is. So it is a really stunning look. So there you go. If you didn't think you needed the Aspen dies, I don't know how you're feeling right now because I discovered that I do need them after originally thinking that I don't need them. I think I do. What do you think? Have I missed? Yeah, I like the black. I think it's very dramatic. Big label, no big leaf. I wonder if we need a small leaf though. I wonder. Smaller label, says Nairi, but Michelle's already said big label, so we're going to go with that. I'm going to cover up. And also this is, I don't want to cover up all the green, so I'm going to put it sort of just a little bit above that so you can still see some of the green here at the bottom. And I don't know that we need a lot else, really. I don't know that we do. I'm going to grab a card base. This is just basic white thick. Mind you, you could use other colors for your card base with this. You could use, for example, you know, you could pick out one of these colors. You could go with Old Olive would look good. Actually, I've just ordered some more Old Olive because I'm almost out of my stash of Old Olive. So there we go. So that's going to go right on there. But the white also matches in with the label, so that's fine. Let's attach this. No leaf. I'm reading. Leave it, says Sunny. Less is more, says Donna. Yeah, you kind of did, Michelle. I was, when they came up as a freebie, I've been thinking about them, and then when they came up as a freebie, I went, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to get those. So see, I can slide this into place because it's not yet dry. And that's one reason I like the Tombow, the multi-purpose glue. We could add some gold bling if I have any. Let me see if I do have any gold bling. I keep running out of gold because I use it so much. Oh no, I have some here with the festive pearls. Maybe a little bit of gold, because the gold stands out quite nicely on the black. There we go. What do we think? Do we like that? Ah, cracking your large plate. Do you know, I have seen people use cracked plates for a long time before they gave in. but you know what? It's not very expensive to buy another set. They're around the $20 mark, aren't they? So mine lasts for ages, and then I just cave in and buy a new pack. I usually have a new set waiting here for when they go out. The only other thing I thought it might be nice to add, maybe a little bit of the linen thread, because we love our linen thread. I'm just going to tie a little bow with that. And I think that would be rather nice. Maybe we don't need it. Tell me if I'm going overboard. Am I going overboard? Do we not need a bit of that? Bling, says Jody. And Michelle can't hear you. So there you go. Small label. Yeah, I think maybe you can just purchase it, Donna. If you don't want to spend $180, you can just purchase it. So let's quickly look at it. I can't remember if you're in Australia or not. I can tell you what the price in Australian dollars is, but not elsewhere. So the Aspen Dies are $63. And as you can see, that's the Australian price. You get this big die, the great big die, plus a branch here. We have a couple of leaves. We have some like foliage, and we have the stamp that cuts out the bird. The die that cuts out the bird that's in the matching set. This little fat guy here. Okay, the little birdie. Does anyone? I'm going to say something really strange that I think I might be the only person, but if anyone else knows what I'm talking about, tell me. There used to be a kids show when my kids were little, and that's the only reason I know what it is, because they were at the age that it used to come on, you know, when I was sitting nursing or whatever. And there was a show called Boo Bar. Okay, there were these weird kind of fat creatures that all different colors, that used to hop around and travel, you know, through space and stuff. And this bird reminds me of one of those. So if anyone knows what I'm talking about, my kids used to like the show, but yeah, it was questionable, to say the least. Like a bit like the Night Garden. That's a questionable show. Goodness me. And Teletubbies, don't even get me started. But anyway. Okay. So how do we do? Do we like that card? Do we like it? Do we put the linen thread on? You know what? I'm just going to do it. I can always take it off if I change my mind. I'm just going to stick it on there. So I just need to grab my glue dots, which are here. I need to snip off. I need to snip off the linen thread. Oh, here's the die. Let's put that back in its pack. And how many dies are there? There's 6 dies in there. 2 pages, because you've got that great big die, the one that does this beautiful scene. Yeah, so it's pretty nice. Let me grab my ribbon scissors and give that a snip. And a glue dot. I'm almost to the end of this roll of glue dots. In fact, I think this is the last one, possibly. Maybe one more. There we go, just like that. Thank you. I'm glad you like it, guys. I just knew, even before I made it, because this is the first time I've made it just now, but it was in my head that I wanted to do something with that background, and I just thought that would look really nice, and it does. Hooray! So I'll post that one later, and that'll be on the thumbnail of this video as well. Okay. All right. Have we got time for another one? What do we think? It's 8:09. So shall we do something quick and simple, maybe? I don't know. Does anyone want to see anything in particular? What shall we do? Sometimes I know exactly what I'm going to do right from the start, and other times I don't. Let's see. I know what we're going to do. Another one. I want to look at these craft gift boxes. Has anyone not seen them? Because I love them. They're in the annual catalogue. And they come all ready to go. So you don't need glue or anything. You've got your 3M little adhesive bits here. You can see it's all pre-scored and ready to go. You've got an acetate window Okay, really, really cool. And they come in a pack of 10 like this. All right, so, yep, 10 craft gift boxes in a pack. Very, very handy little things. I've used them a number of times at classes and so forth. Okay, now, if you want to stamp it, if you want to stamp these, you need to stamp them before you put the box together, obviously. One is enough, says Sunny. This is going to be really quick and easy because these boxes are so easy, right? So right now they're a $90 gift with purchase when you spend $90, but you can just buy them outright. So they are in the annual catalog. So let's have a quick look at that. I always turn, when I get a new catalog, I nearly always turn very quickly to the packaging page. And this one, it's on page 140 and it says wrap it up. Okay, and so you've got some different specialty papers like your watercolor paper and your acetate sheets, window sheets, vellum, that sort of thing. But down below, we've got some boxes and bits and pieces. So we've got the Scallop Craft boxes, which we've had now for a couple of years, 6x8 cello bags, which is what I use to send out the packs when I'm sending out supply packs for people who've ordered. This is those that I use. The craft gift boxes are what we're talking about tonight. Peekaboo treat bags, they're fun. Embossed treat bags, I haven't used these yet, but I'd like to. And the Delicate Details treat boxes. Okay, now the Delicate Details treat boxes, they're just white, but you can color them any color. And I did see there was some examples in here, if I can find it. I won't be able to find it now. Does anyone know what page it's on? Where's Megan when you need her? Let me see. You were going to suggest a marathon night. Well, maybe not tonight. I don't know if you guys have got any idea how much oh my goodness, I have to do so much. I have got so many things to do before I go. Even though I've been working solidly for the last week at my list. No, I can't find them. But there is actually in here an example, if anyone finds it. I do love spending time with you guys. I do. But these, you can sponge your color over the top. So it looks like lacy gorgeousness in whatever color you sponge. So I don't have them yet, but they're on my list. You get 8 boxes in that pack. 10 in the embossed treat bags, 10 in the peekaboo treat bags. So yeah, we've got a whole range of different, and these are great like for gift giving. So what am I looking for? There's an example in here somewhere of the Delicate Details treat boxes when they've all been colored up with blending brushes. And I know they're in here and I just don't know whereabouts, but I have seen them in this catalog. Someone showed them and they're beautiful. I think it's up towards the back actually, but I'm not sure. Anyway, if anyone happens to find it or know where it is, sing out, tell us. But if you don't, that's fine too. It's not the end of the world. You guys get the idea. So I'm deciding whether we're going to stamp this one or whether we're going to leave it as it is and then just decorate it with paper and so forth. Does anyone have any? Oh, and I just had an idea what I might like to do. I think I know. All right, I've made my decision. Oh, that's a good idea, Fran. The index should tell us what page it's sampled at. Why do I never think of that? All right, so I'm going to go and fold on all the score lines, including the little tabs with the adhesive on them. I'm folding all the score lines, and that's the first thing you do. If you're stamping it, you stamp first, and then you do this next. Oh, so you guys all want me to stamp it. Well, I can stamp it. All right, I don't have a nice big leaf stamp, but I do have a couple of smaller ones. Because I'd like to add a leaf on the front. So I'm thinking maybe the Cottage Rose set, because this has this nice stamp. Mind you, I actually had to get this set sent to me twice because I don't know if you can see, this one was cut really badly. Oh, let me put it right in front of the camera. Where is it? There it is. Can you see how badly that's cut? Like I'm almost to the edge, and there's actually a couple of stamps where it has actually cut over the edge. So I had this one replaced, but I haven't. That particular stamp is over in my bag, so I'm using my old one and hoping I don't mess it up. So I'm going to use my Early Espresso. Delicate Treat Bag Sample, page 28. Thank you, Elizabeth. I knew somebody would come up with it. Let's have a look. Page 28. I thought it was up the back. Oh, look. Okay, can you see here? Look, see these lovely... I think there's another one too. It's not the one I'm thinking of. I'm sure I've seen it done elsewhere, but look how nice this is. And they've actually, because they're kind of like a laciness, they've put a piece in underneath. This is not the one I'm thinking of, but they've actually coloured it, but it's also a really good example of those treat bags. No, I don't have that one, Donna. I don't have it. Oh, good night, Jenny. So I'm just looking to see. And look, I know there is one. I'm not going to spend all night looking for it, though. So let's, seeing as you guys told me to stamp, we will, all right, before I put this together. And I'm going to use my early espresso ink. I'm going to start over here on the back. Oh, it would help if I pressed harder. Okay. Can you see this? Can you see this over stamping here? Can you see that? That's why I got another set, because this stamp picks up too much ink and I need to be checking it each time I do it. I'm going to continue anyway because that's on the back, so, and I just need to keep checking. That's better. Check it. This is a really nice stamp, this leaf. I use it quite a bit. It's good for backgrounds. So this is from the Cottage Rose stamp set, and the set that this is in with that beautiful matching paper is called Abigail Rose. And for anyone who's wondering, Cottage Rose, so that's this stamp set here. This is one of the sets that I'm going to be playing with when I do my live class next month. So if you have the Cottage Rose set, you'll be able to use it when you're watching along with me. However, if you don't have it and you don't have any intention of getting it, that's still okay. Any open leafed flower stamp will work. Okay, I'm really excited to do this online class. And I've not done a live class before. I mean, we do these ones every Friday and Saturday night, but not where you guys are crafting along with me. So this is really exciting. This is something we get to do together, and I'm hoping it's going to go really, really well. So just remember to, you can watch whether or not you have a supply pack. You can watch along. If you want to craft along with me, which is the name of the event, so it gives you an idea, then you'll need the pack or you'll need the supplies. Okay, so it's a watercolor class, and I'll be teaching a few different watercolor techniques. All right, how's this looking? Is this nice? Do we like this? I'm being very random with my stamping. All right, so now that we've done our stamping, all right, very easy to put this together. I usually start with the middle tabs, these ones here, okay, and then these two here, all right, and I'm going to start by taking the edges, these two here, off. So this is not where the acetate is. This is the base, this is the top. So I'm going to now position this so it sort of sits up at right angles, and I'm going to bring up my corner to meet it. And that glue is quite strong. You don't need to worry about having to use extra adhesive or anything like that. It just goes together all by itself. All right, so push it into shape. And then these guys, this middle one, this one comes up. And same on the other side. You can see the box coming together. Now this score line here in the middle is going to go the other way to all the others. Okay, making sense what we're doing? And it's really easy. So easy to put this together. All right, so we've done the base. Can you see that? The base is done. And now we've just got to do the top. That is super easy. It doesn't have anything in the middle. The middle just floats free. And we're just going to do these front corners. So this one, I put the tab kind of stand the tab up in the middle and then lift this one up to meet it. So you've got like a bit like making the bed. You've got, you know, right angle corners there. But much easier than making the bed. I don't know about you, but I need help when it's time to make our bed, because the mattress is one of those deep mattresses, and my gosh, it's so heavy. I can barely do it by myself, so my husband and I usually have to do it together. Right, there we go. All right, so then this piece just slides down over the top, and the whole thing just goes together, and you have a completed box. And it's basically, the base is separate and it just opens up like this. Hospital corners, that's what I was trying to say. Thank you. That's exactly right. Who says bingo? Oh, there you go. Page 120. See, I missed that. You guys are talking faster than I can look. Page 120. I knew there was another one. So somebody found it. Yes, that's the one I meant. Yeah, see, they've coloured it in pink. Doesn't it look good? They're saying it's Melon Mambo. And they've actually used that beautiful Cottage rose stamp. They've embossed it and then coloured it over the top of the embossing so that the embossing resists the ink. That's what they've done with that flower. Isn't it nice? So that's a really nice technique. Okay. Yay. And over here, look, the blue one. I knew it was in here somewhere. There we go, page 120 and 121. I think that looks fantastic. I like the blue, and it's Pool Party, and they've actually got actually Coastal Cabana, and they've put a Pool Party ribbon on it, which looks really nice. And this one, they've actually used a red ribbon on this pink, which I normally wouldn't have done, but it looks okay. So, yeah, interesting. Yay, we found it. Good job. Oh, hey, Megan. Oh, you made it. We could have used you earlier. Yeah, as Michelle said, we've missed you. Yes, 121 too, exactly. All right, so now I have myself a little box. So let me quickly, I'm going to grab my paper. So this is a sheet of the Abigail Rose paper. Okay, on one side it's this, on the other side it's this. This is the side I want to use, and I'm going to get my trimmer. And I'm going to cut this. I'm thinking, how wide do we want? 2 inches might be too much, but let's start with 2 inches because we can always cut it down a little bit more if it's too big. So I'm just going to do a 2-inch wide strip. That might be too much, but let's see. So is that too much? What do you think? We could cut it down to 1.5. I don't know. It looks okay, but yeah, I know. I can't talk that fast. You know, my husband probably thinks that that's not true. But anyway, I'm thinking maybe it's too wide. So I'm going to go down a little bit further. So let's go 1.5. I know 1 inch would be too small, so I'm thinking 1.5 might be just perfect. Yeah, that's better. Much better. All right, so like so. Now this is a 12 by 12 strip. It is just enough to go around, which we love. So I'm going to put some glue on, and I'm not going to use Tombow this time because I need it to bond immediately. Yeah. So I'm going to put this here on this edge, just on one end with my seal. I'm going to bring this over, and holding it nice and tight, I'm going to line it up. Okay, now we have a belly band, and that can slide on and off. Okay, can you see it slides? And so this actually matches our stamp, so it looks quite nice, doesn't it? All right, so a number of things we can do with this. I've got some pieces here. Oh, vellum might be a nice piece. Let's see. And I've also got a, yeah, that might be nice. Right. So this would be for somebody maybe who was What shall we put on this? We've got a best wishes. That's always good. You're positively the greatest. That's rather nice. Maybe best wishes this time. And I'm thinking we might go with the same as before and do it in early espresso. Let's grab that. Okay. And I'm going to pop a couple of dimensionals behind that. Oh, that's nice, Megan. Yeah, the vellum circles are such a thing, aren't they? I love a good vellum circle on a card or on any crafty thing because they just soften everything. That whole idea of a little bit of vellum, or if you know, add vellum vellum kind of pieces like dies or something like that. As soon as you add vellum to the project, you soften the whole look, and it's a beautiful look. All right, now I'm thinking we might also, if I can, we have some of that gorgeous natural ribbon. I'm wondering whether I should, that might be too much brown though. Might be too much brown. I'm deciding whether I want to add a separate color for a bit of ribbon. I mean, I could use the gold satin edge ribbon. That would be nice. Or we could even go into a green. Soft seafoam green is quite nice. There's a couple of nice options there. I thought about using the natural ribbon, the natural finish ribbon, but it's going to be too much brown. Okay, that's more crumb cake. Hey, Katrina, nice to see you. Ah, that was nice. You said you traveled down to Melbourne today, just all in one day? Really? Did you drive or fly? Because that's obviously in one day you must have flown, right? Yeah, well, maybe I should try a string of beads. Maybe I should try that. All right, so bird's nest twine. Ooh, that's a nice idea. Didn't think of that. Do I have any of that? I don't know if I have any left. I might have to buy some more of that stuff. I used it when I sent out all my tags with my catalogs, and I may have used it all up. Another option, which is nice, but it might be a little too wide, is we have white. Yeah, that's too wide. Too wide. I'm leaning towards the soft seafoam. I think that looks rather good. You drove 10 hours. Wow, that's a lot in one day. Goodness me. All right, so I'm going to pop this. This soft seafoam ribbon is a seam binding ribbon, so it's super soft, just like the color, I guess, but the actual ribbon itself is really soft. I'm deciding, do I want a bow or do I just want a knot? I'm going to start with a knot just to secure it, and then I can make my decision whether I want a bow. And then this is going to go off here to the side. I think I am going to want a bow. Move it slightly. Now, here's the thing I find, just a little tip about tying bows. And I heard that it's National Bow Day or something, International Bow Day. I don't know whether people come up with all these national days, but that's what I was told, that it was National Bow Day. Here's a tip. I find I get, for some reason, I don't know why, it must just be the way I tie bows, they seem to turn out better, flatter and nicer if I tie the bow upside down. So you'll see me turn my project upside down and then I tie the bow. I don't know why that is. So let me see if I can jiggle this around so it sits nicely. When it comes to bows, you want to fiddle with them until you get them to look the way you want. The idea that you can just tie a bow and it's going to work first time every time, no, it doesn't work like that. So if you think that you suck at making bows, you probably don't. It's just that everybody has to wiggle their bows around until they look the way they want them to look. This bow is starting to look really nice now. So I'm going to put this on here so that the bow's sort of just to one side like that. And I could put it straight on with some seal adhesive, or I can put it on dimensionals, which I think I'm just going to whack it on some dimensionals. So because this comes out the top and the bottom, I'm actually going to put my dimensionals onto the belly band. So they're definitely, and I'm going to put it over the ribbon as well, so it holds the ribbon in place. Take the backs off them, and then I can stick my, whoops, where is it? Here it is. Pop this right there next to the bow. And then we can arrange our little bow right next to our circle. Now we need to cut this off. There we go. It's looking quite pretty. I mean, it's very subtle with the very light colors. If you wanted to go bolder, you could add, red ribbon, or if it was a Christmas gift, do some red and green creations or something. Have a little look. I'm going to add, of course, I could add, shall we add gold bling? Jody, you can answer this if you like. We have silver. Silver might be nice. We have green, and we have, this is soft succulent, this is cherry cobbler. So what color? I think maybe the, if it was Christmas, I'd go with the red, but I'm thinking maybe the silver this time. What do you think? Yes, it does need some bling in. You are correct. Easiest way to add these little tiny pearls, I use my pointy end of my take your pick tool, and I just pop that under them and then pop them on with that. So I'm going to add one here. Actually, you know what? I was going to put them randomly, but I'm not. I'm going to pick that one up. I'm going to put 3 together. I think that will look nice. Like that. What do we think? What do you think, guys? Do we like that? Is that pretty? There you go. All right, I'm going to call that a night. We did 2 beautiful things tonight. Look at that. And it didn't take very long either. It's only just gone 8:30. So I think we did really well tonight. There we go. So I'm back again Sunday night, and then Sunday night's my last night here to be live for a little while, but I will be posting things the Friday and the Sunday nights while I'm gone. If I'm not here the whole time, my apologies. I will just be doing small, shorter things. So I hope you like these. This was a bit of fun, right? Really good. And don't forget, if you're ordering this month, you'll qualify for my craft along event next month. So the order just has to be over $60 to qualify. And I'm very, very excited to do this with you guys. And even the ones who haven't purchased or haven't qualified, you can still watch. And it's going to be 2 p.m. Sunday, the 24th of September. Okay. Have to make something special on Sunday. You're right, Donna. The pressure is on. I'll see what I can do. All right, guys. Have a fantastic night. I'll see you soon. Bye.